Good morning students, welcome to Bindu Dhadwal chemistry lessons. Today we'll be doing general rules for naming long chain organic compounds. The first is IUPAC nomenclature of alkanes. The first rule is to select the longest continuous carbon chain. For example, in this compound, the chain is of 6 carbon atoms. That part of the chain which is not included in the parent chain is called the substituent. So the chain is called the parent chain and that portion which is not included is called the substituent. In this particular compound, the longest chain is of 7 carbon atoms. This is the parent chain. You can observe that this is not straight. So the chain has to be continuous, not necessarily straight. But in case if there are 2 chains of equal lengths, then that chain will be selected which has greater number of substituents. For example, in this compound, we can have this chain which is of 6 carbon atoms and consists of 2 substituents, methyl and ethyl. Whereas if we select this chain, this also consists of 6 carbon atoms, but it has only 1 substituent over here. So this chain is not selected. This compound will be named by selecting this chain and the name will be 3-ethyl 2-methyl hexane. The next rule is to number the chain, and numbering is done in such a way that the substituent is assigned the lowest position. So this rule is called lowest number rule. We can number from this side, then this substituent gets 3rd position. Whereas on numbering from this side, it's getting 5 positions. So this is the wrong way of numbering of the chain. This is the correct way of numbering of the chain. And then we can name it. While naming, the methyl substituent gets 3rd position. So name is 3-methyl and heptane because it consists of 7 carbon atoms. Next rule is lowest set of locants. So if we can number in different manners, that system of numbering will be selected in which all the substituents get the lowest possible locant. For example, this compound, if we start numbering from this end, gets the substituents at 2 substituents at 2 position and 1 at 4 position. So the set of locants is 2, 2 and 4. Whereas if we start numbering from this end, then this is 2, 4 and 4. You can see that here the second substituent is getting lower locant, whereas here it's getting higher locant. So this is the wrong way of numbering and this is the correct way of numbering. While numbering the compound, the lowest set of locants is selected. Alphabetical order for the substituents. After selecting the chain, after numbering of the chain, then while naming the substituents, that substituent will be named first, which is placed first in the alphabetical order. For example, out of ethyl and methyl, E comes first, so ethyl is named first. So name of this compound will be 3-ethyl, and then because identical substituents are placed at position 2 and 3, then we put the numbers separated by comma 2, 3. Then because there are 2 substituents, we put the prefix di for 2 methyl groups. So it will be 2,3-dimethyl, and as the parent chain consists of 5 carbon atoms, so word root for 5 is pent and primary suffix ane for single bond. So name will be 3-ethyl 2,3-dimethyl pentane. Naming the different substituents at equivalent positions. Now while numbering of the chain is done, if 2 substituents get equivalent position, for example ethyl is getting 3 if we start numbering from this end, whereas methyl gets 3 if we start numbering from the other end, then this system of numbering will be preferred because ethyl, the first letter E is placed alphabetically first rather than M of the methyl group. In this particular case, we have ethyl group at 3 position and methyl group at 5 position. If we start numbering from this end, then methyl is at 3 position and ethyl will be at 5 position. So because E is placed earlier, so this numbering is correct and the name of the compound will be 3-ethyl, 5-methyl and heptene. Naming the complex substituent or alkyl groups. In this compound, it's a chain of 7 carbon atoms and this is the substituent. Now the substituent has 2 further branches. So that means that it is a complex substituent. To name such a substituent, we will number this end of the chain from the end from which it is attached to the parent chain. So this carbon will be numbered 1 and the other one will be numbered 2. Now as there are 2 methyl groups on carbon number 1, so the name of the substituent will be written in this manner. First of all, the locant, the complex substituent is present at position number 4. So locant for this is 4. So we write 4 and then we write the name of this substituent in brackets. And the name will be 1,1-dimethyl because it's a 2 carbon chain, ethyl. So name of complex substituent is 1,1-dimethyl ethyl. It's placed in brackets and thereafter we name the word root. For 7 carbon atoms it is hept and then because all single bonds in. So name will be 4,1,1-dimethyl ethyl heptane. Let's take another example. In this case, we have ethyl substituent. Then we have this complex substituent in which this is the carbon atom 1, this is 2, 3. So we have methyl at 1 position and 2 position. So name will be 1,2-dimethyl normal propyl. Now because dimethyl starts with the alphabet D and the other substituent starts with the alphabet E. So the complex substituent, because it starts with D letter which comes first in the English alphabetical order, so this will be named first. So name of the compound will be 5. First we name the complex substituent 5, then in brackets 1,2-dimethyl propyl. After that we will name the next substituent which is 3-ethyl. Ethyl starts with E, it will come after this because this name starts with D. The first letter of the name is considered for selecting the order of writing the substituents. So after writing the 2 substituents, then because the parent chain consists of 10 carbon atoms, so dec is used for it and then the primary suffix -ane. So this is the name of the compound. Another thing is that if while naming the compound we see that same name comes for the substituent, complex substituent, then in that case the locant of the substituent or the position of the substituent matters. For example, this is also methyl propyl, this is also methyl propyl, but in this case the methyl group is attached to first carbon atom which is attached to parent chain. 1-methyl propyl will be named earlier than 2-methyl propyl. So the position of this complex substituent is 5. So 5, 1-methyl propyl in brackets, then 6, then 2-methyl propyl in brackets, then 10 carbon atoms dec and single bonds means -ane. This is the name of the compound. Now based on these rules, write the IUPAC names of the following structures and give your answers in the comments section. That is all in today's video. Thank you. Have a nice day.